Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, a judge officially sets a trial date for former President Trump's hush money case. And a big shakeup at Boeing as the CEO says he plans to step down by the end of the year.
Plus, we are tracking rain chances and breezy winds on Tuesday. Your forecast coming up as Mountain News at 5:30 starts now.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. In less than a month, Donald Trump, the Republicans' presumptive presidential nominee, could become the first former U.S. president to face criminal charges in front of a jury. CBS's Nicole Skanga has the latest from Washington.
A lot of things happened today. This is all about election interference.
Former President Trump addressed the media after spending the morning inside a Manhattan courtroom. Trump is accused of falsifying business records to cover up payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels, who claimed she had an affair with Trump. Trump's lawyers were seeking to delay the trial, but Judge Juan Merchan ruled jury selection will begin April 15th.
I don't know how you can have a trial that's going on right in the middle of an election. Not fair.
Trump did win a break in a separate case. An appeals panel ruled the nearly $500 million bond that was due Monday can be reduced to $175 million, and he'll have 10 extra days to pay it.
The appellate division was fair. It's a lot of money still.
The presumptive GOP nominee has already issued a fundraising appeal celebrating the reduced bond judgment, but he also claimed to supporters that they still want to arrest, fine, and stop him from running for president.
If he's convicted, I will still vote for him.
CBS News spoke with Wisconsin voters as early voting is underway in that state's primary. Many are looking at the likely November rematch between Trump and President Biden and don't like their choices.
If it's just between them two, I would pick Trump. But yeah, no, absolutely, I'm concerned about it. I wish there was somebody else on the ballot.
Trump's April 15th trial date comes 1 week ahead of Pennsylvania's primary, which will be a battleground state this fall. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, Washington.
Trial dates are still pending in the 3 other criminal cases former President Trump is facing, including one in the state of Georgia and 2 federal cases. A man is facing charges after he reportedly shot into a home in Adair County with deadly consequences. It happened this past weekend. Detectives determined 57-year-old Joseph South was in the process of being evicted from the place he was renting from 86-year-old Earl Coffey. Police say Coffey suffered injuries from apparent gunshot wounds resulting in his death. South was taken to the Adair County Regional Jail. One person was killed in a shooting in Indianapolis early yesterday. Authorities say 2 uniformed officers were working security at a bar when they heard a disturbance at a nearby parking lot. Police say the officers exchanged gunfire with at least 1 suspect. The police chief says it was a chaotic scene. 5 people were injured, including a police officer who is in stable condition. There are no reported arrests or suspects. More details are being revealed after the body of the missing University of Missouri student was found last week. The preliminary autopsy report for Riley Strange shows no signs of foul play. Riley's body was discovered Friday morning in the Cumberland River near Nashville, Tennessee. Detectives say his death appears to be accidental. A toxicology report is not yet complete. Today, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill banning social media accounts for children under the age of 14. The bill also requires parental permission for 15 and 16-year-olds. Set to take effect January 1st of next year, the controversial bill is expected to be challenged in the courts. DeSantis and other officials at the bill signing say they hoped the courts would allow the bill and say it is not restricting freedom of speech. A big shakeup at Boeing. CEO Dave Calhoun says he plans to step down by the end of the year. Boeing's chairman and the head of the commercial airplane unit are also leaving. Boeing has been hit by more than 5 years of problems with its airplanes, including 2 fatal crashes of the 737 MAX in 2018 and 2019 that killed hundreds of people. Most recently, a door plug blew out of the side of an Alaska Airlines 737 MAX in January, leaving a gaping hole in the side of the plane. The UN Security Council has passed a new Gaza ceasefire resolution. The United States abstained from the vote while all other members voted in favor of it. This comes after the Security Council failed to pass a resolution by the U.S. on Friday. This new resolution, which was presented by some of the non-permanent members of the Council, demands an immediate ceasefire, leading to a permanent, sustainable ceasefire. We're learning more about an agreement to swap prisoners between Israel and Hamas. The U.S. helped broker that deal. Israel has agreed to it, so now it is up to Hamas to decide whether they will. The deal includes 40 Israeli hostages and around 700 Palestinian prisoners. Among them are 100 Palestinians serving life sentences for killing Israeli nationals. Some American hostages could also be freed in the exchange. The French government is raising its terror alert warning to its highest level after the shootings at a Moscow concert hall on Friday. France's terror alert system has 3 levels, and the highest level is activated in the wake of an attack in France or abroad, or when a threat of one is considered to be imminent. It allows for exceptional security measures such as stepped-up patrols by armed forces in public places like train stations, airports, and religious sites.
Well, the big story on this Monday, we are mild, also breezy. Check out these current gusts, almost 20 for Jackson, also in Whitley County, sitting at 20 for that current gust over in Somerset. So we are tracking some more breezy weather as we go into this evening. A live look from Jackson County, courtesy of the Kentucky Mesonet. We are dry this evening under some sunshine, and we are mild as well. Check out these current temperatures. Most of us in the upper 60s to lower 70s, up to 68 for Pikeville, also in London, 70 for Manchester, also in Hazard and Harlan, 72 over in Jackson for Breathitt County at this hour. And up on the radar, we are dry, and more dry weather is on the way as we go into this evening. But notice as we zoom out, we are tracking that next weather system producing some severe weather over Louisiana, pushing into Arkansas. Also some heavy snow for Colorado, moving into Kansas, also Nebraska. Now, this weather system is moving into our direction, but the good news for us, no snow, no severe weather, but we are tracking some more widespread rain chances as we go into late tonight, also early on Tuesday. Your forecast this evening, lows in the middle to lower 50s as we go into parts of the Cumberland Valley, also as we go into parts of the Kentucky River Valley, some more middle to lower 50s as that next weather system begins to move through. Most of us are dry this evening, but showers are likely by late Monday, also pushing into your Tuesday. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. The total solar eclipse is 2 weeks away in parts of the U.S., and some school districts in Kentucky have already called off school on April 8th. That's a Monday. Alexa Minton has more.
Students across the state have already been learning about the eclipse in classrooms, but as the official date approaches, some districts are making the choice to call off school entirely.
We had it on the calendar to go to school for a lot of the school year until we got closer, so we could really look at timing of the event and when it was going to come into Kentucky, specifically Clark County. And the closer we got, we realized it was going to be essentially around our dismissal time.
Multiple districts in parts of central Kentucky have canceled classes on April 8th, despite not being in the path of totality. Concerns stem from the timing of the event, with it occurring during afternoon dismissal time.
For Clark County, we felt like it was best for families, both our staffs and our students, to really be able to experience it safely at home with their loved ones.
The Kentucky Department of Education announced that NTI days will not be permitted to be in use for the date, stating that NTI days must be used for closure of the district due to health and safety reasons, and that this eclipse does not pose a safety issue to Kentucky school districts. However, some districts that have chosen to call off that day will still give students the chance to learn about the historic event.
Our plan and goal is that each building will send home an educational package of information about what an eclipse is and what makes this so rare, so that, again, it's not going to be mandated for a grade, but so that parents can have an experience with their students or caregivers can experience that with their own children, even for our own staff.
In Clark County, Alexa Minton, WKYT.
And McCreary County Schools just posted on their Facebook page this afternoon that they will also be closed on Eclipse Day, which again is April 8th. The Department of Education also added that they encourage districts to use this event as a learning tool in their classrooms and are supportive of the choices districts make to engage their students in this learning opportunity.